Whoa, here they come. Here they come. Everybody on a Monday.
Pull up a chair and you can look.
Morning somewhere. It's evening in a few places. Some people are at the beach. Okay, Karen Newman. Wow. Good morning, everyone in the Zoom room, and good morning to everyone on Facebook Live. We are happy to be here for a Monday, whatever time it is, wherever you are, to sing with the daily antidote of song. So hello to everyone in the room, especially hello to Reggie Harris, our guest, our host for the day, to Anna Alter on tech. I'm on text as well. Hello to me, I guess. And a big hello to Waira and Luci and Chacanita, will be our wonderful guests today. And hello to Becky. How are you? And Becky in BC, Kim in Vancouver, BC, Mabel in Massachusetts with a cinnamon bear, Brian sipping that coffee this morning, and Net, I know you've got your coffee or tea somewhere nearby. Sheila, good morning to you. Deli, hello. Karen in Oregon, hello. Love that background. Deborah in Kentucky, welcome back. Shari, welcome back. Susan G, hello. Gary, hello. Karen in Boise, beautiful tea mug. Hello, and these daffodils here, very in season. Good morning, Terry Shaw, or good afternoon, perhaps. Hello, good evening to Ruth in Birmingham, UK. Hello to Jamie Dundas, Sarah Page, and also in BC, Jamie, of course. Sarah in Texas, Amanda and Miles in Michigan, soon to be over here. Siobhan, Don, and a curly top in Vermont. Hello to Kath, Arapaho, and Cheyenne. Ooh,
I just want to
hello to Scam Kelly on my phone. Good morning to Anne in Nashville. Hello to Cheryl in the UK, in Nottingham, UK as well. Good evening. Hello to Diane Weinstein. Phil coming to the USA in 2 days. Luda in Victoria, BC. Caroline in DC. I hope you're enjoying this warm weather. Graciela in Fort Collins, Colorado. Hello. Ralph in Victoria. Hello back there. Kristen, welcome. Kate in Charlottesville. Hoda in BC. Miss Cox in Vermont. Great timing, Kat. Jane in Texas, Ann in Maryland, Aloysius in the universe, Kate D, wherever you are, and Kathy S in upstate New York. Kevin, yay, hopefully tuning in from home. Hi, Kevin. Good to see you. We see 701 days of singing on there. That's amazing. Let's see, Nancy, Julian, Ontario, Bronwyn, Johnny, or Joni, Amos, and Virginia coming in off camera. Welcome. And Storm, Peter, Gloria, and so many people are streaming into the room. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully I'll get to say goodbye to you on the way out, but I'm going to pass the torch on over to you, Reggie. Have a great time, everyone.
Well, thank you, Katie, and good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is where you are. I am so happy to be here with the family again and here to celebrate women's history and the amazing women who have added to the fabric of our lives, who have given us so much inspiration. And today there is a woman there are three women, but there's a friend of mine who's in the room who is certainly in the pantheon of those that I look up to and look to when I'm looking for inspiration. Longtime friend Luci Murphy, coming to us from DC, song leader, activist, just a person of influence in the freaking world. Luci, it's so wonderful to see you, and I'm looking forward to what you have with your marvelous guest there in DC. What are you going to share with us today?
We're going to share a little of the bicentennial of Harriet Tubman, which is being celebrated on the eastern shore of Maryland and in Auburn, New York. And we're going to do a song which Walter Robinson wrote called Harriet Tubman. And I'm joined by Waira Forster and Chacanita, who has a really long name, like all princesses have very long names. Karen Andrea Morales Chacana. We call her Chacanita. and our silent partner in the back, Thomas Blanton, who helps us to get rehearsal spaces for the Black Workers Center Chorus, that we are an element of the Black Workers Center Chorus. And so should we start? Should we get
Superb.
started?
Yeah, kick us off and teach us
So
that
the
chorus. Yeah.
part for everybody in Waida and Chakana are going to demonstrate for you. The response part is, come on up,
Come on up,
I got a lifeline, come on up to this train of mine. Come on up,
come on up,
I got a lifeline, come on up to this train of mine. She said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove for the Underground Railroad. One night I dreamed I was in slavery, about 1850 was the time. Sorrow was the only sign, nothing around to ease my mind. Out of the night appeared a lady leading a distant pilgrim band. First mate, she cried, pointing her hand, make room aboard for this young woman. Come on up,
come on up,
I got a lifeline, come on up to this train of mine. Come on up,
come on up,
I got a lifeline, come on up to this train of mine. She said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove for the Underground Railroad. Hundreds of miles, we traveled onward, gathering slaves from town to town, seeking every lost and found, setting those free who once were bound. Somehow my heart was growing weaker, I fell by the wayside, sinking sand. Firmly did this lady stand, lifted me up and took my hand, saying, come on up,
come on up,
I got a lifeline, come on up to this train of mine. Come on up,
come on up,
I got a lifeline, come on up to this train of mine. She said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove for the Underground Railroad. Who are these children dressed in red? Must be the ones that Moses led. Who are these children dressed in black? Must be the ones ain't coming back. Who are these children dressed in green? Must be the ones that's never been seen. Come on up,
come on up,
I got a lifeline, come on up to this train of mine. Come on up,
come on up,
I got a lifeline, come on up to this train of mine. She said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove for the Underground. She said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove for the Underground. She said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove for the Underground Railroad.
I'm loving that tag. And this is such an amazing song. And actually, I think it finally managed over the course of time to get itself into the folk music top 20. And of course, thank you so much for bringing it to us today. The bicentennial. You want to talk a little bit about that amazing woman who we are celebrating into this bicentennial year?
Well, Harriet was an amazingly courageous individual, and she showed her courage from childhood when she was trying to protect someone who was being beaten, and they threw a heavy iron object which hit her in the head, caused her to go into a coma. They probably didn't know if she was going to survive, but she had a purpose. So she survived, but she didn't survive without a type of epilepsy, which caused her to go into sleep, and things could have happened while she was in that epileptic state. But she was protected by some unseen forces, which were reinforced by her courage and her determination. Um, People don't agree about how many people she brought out of slavery. I've seen different, numbers, but we have someone from the African American Civil War Museum here with us, Thomas Blanton, and he wants to say something. Thomas, you got to get closer to the mic.
She was the only woman who served and commanded in uniform for the United States Colored Troops.
Right,
And
right.
many of you have probably seen the movie, and all these enslaved people are running towards her when she's on the ship. That was Comanche. Over 700 enslaved people, went towards them and became free. That's why the numbers are off sometimes, because people talk about the one she came back and her family and got, and then she participated in this raid on Comanche, and over 700 people participated in that. That's why the land confusion. She and Frederick Douglass fought to get her pension, and that was one of the times that they worked together, and that's a whole nother story. Thank you.
There are so many amazing stories about Harriet, and I just love, her tagline was, I never ran my train off the track and I never lost a passenger.
Say that again. Say that again.
She said, I never ran my train off the track and I never lost a passenger.
Amen.
Which is more than we can say for Metro.
I have been so honored, privileged to have been talking about Harriet Tubman since the 1980s, when we all grew up thinking that Harriet was almost a myth. But of course, recent scholarship has been done, and you're bringing news of the celebrations that are going on the Eastern Shore, the celebrations that are going on in Auburn, New York. I understand there's a Harriet Tubman Museum in Cape May, New Jersey. Somebody just wrote to me and told me about that. I have not been to that one. I have been to Cambridge, and there's a driving tour with the Cambridge Underground Road, Harriet Tubman Memorial Park, where you can actually get an app for your phone, and I spent about a day and a half. I didn't even get to all the sites, but you can get an app on your phone and it will lead you to a lot of the places where she visited or traveled or did certain things, all the way up from Maryland into Pennsylvania. So this woman is certainly well worth celebrating here in 2022. Luci, you all are preparing for a rehearsal. You're doing a rehearsal for a upcoming performance?
We have upcoming performances all the time. We have upcoming performances that we don't know about.
I love it. You want to talk a little bit about one of them? Or?
Well, we just did a performance in front of the Department of Justice to demand that the charges be dropped against Julian Assange, who told the truth, who is being persecuted because he told the truth. WikiLeaks. And we were also demanding freedom for Mumia Abu-Jamal and Leonard Peltier. They actually know that these people did not do, they have evidence that shows that these people did not do what they were convicted of doing, and they won't let them go. Oh, yes, and we're doing something for Juneteenth because it's a holiday, a national holiday this year, and we're going to be out in front of the African American Civil War Museum on Vermont Avenue, right near U Street in Washington, D.C. We're going to be there at the memorial, which is in front of the museum, and doing songs like Lift Every Voice and Sing, and We Shall Not Be Moved, all the good old tunes.
Well, I love the fact that you said before we went live today that every organization needs a singing group to emphasize and to nurture and lift up. And you are clearly filling your role there in DC.
Actually, what I said was every Black institution
thank you
needs
very much.
a singing group. And actually, it's true, every institution, but Black people were the first folks to say that this is really vital. And they said it at Fisk University when Fisk was going down. They didn't know if they were going to last. And the music teacher got the students together and said, look, we got to sing and pull this institution out of the hole.
The Jubilee Singers.
The Jubilee Singers.
I believe they raised.
And they of course, they got better audience abroad than they got here. But, you know, when Queen Victoria said they were cool, then everybody wanted to hear them. And then they got enough money to continue.
I believe they raised $20,000.
Which was a whole lot of money in those days. How about that?
You know, I want to just tag something, and I'm glad you made that clarification about Black institutions. You know, I was doing a service yesterday for a mostly white UU church in New Hampshire, and one of the folks in the Q&A, I was talking about perseverance, and I was talking about grounding, and I was talking about how music does that for us, how music has done that for us since, you know, the time of slavery, before slavery, but certainly the time of bondage, and how it has been part of all of our movements, and it has continually given us grounding. And one of the congregants said that he was having a lot of trouble, and this sort of came out of a lot of people. He was having a lot of trouble finding grounding in this time. And I remember that, you know, one of the pilgrimages I was leading to Mississippi and Alabama, somebody said, one of the white participants said, how do I get some of that? And I said, you don't get that, but you have to pay attention to the grounding, and music grounds us all. So you and I have been at this for a while. I'm not going to say how long, because, you know, I mean, we still look good. But just talk a little bit about what keeps you going in this struggle.
Just thinking about what my parents and my grandparents and my great-grandparents went through. And I look at the children, the youth, and we've got to do better. We can't leave the world the way we found it for them. I look at my grandchildren and I said, oh, you know, we've got to do better. And music is beautiful. Music is, you know, sometimes, you know, we are a people that music is more important than food. So that we will, you know, we will take that lunch money and go buy a record.
You got to get to the music. You got to get to the tunes. Well, you know, as Bernice Johnson Reagan said, music makes things possible that seem impossible. I have always loved that quote.
Hallelujah.
Well, you brought us a very powerful song today, and certainly Harriet knew, and Harriet was a singer. We know that. So you brought us someone today who is a good role model for us, not only in what she did in terms of leading people to freedom, however many people she led to freedom, but how she used music and song to add to her amazing ability to persevere. So I'm going to thank you for bringing this song to us today. And why don't we sing through that chorus another couple of times?
Come on up.
Come on up.
I got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. Come on up.
Come on up.
I got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. She said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove for the Underground Railroad. Let's do that again. Come on up.
Come on up.
I got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. Come on up.
Come on up.
I got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. She said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove for the Underground. She said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove for the Underground. She said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove for the Underground railroad.
Well, Lucy Murphy and Chorus, we are so happy to have spent this time with you. Everybody, give them a shout out, give them a little love today. Yes, indeed. Woo! And thank you so much for blessing us today.
We also, we should have mentioned that we're going to be at St. Stephen's Church on March 26th. What time, Thomas?
6:30.
6:30, and we'll be celebrating the Cuban Revolution.
You're getting it all done. Go on now.
We want
DC.
real peace. Yeah.
DC.
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 Oh my God.
DC. DC.
It's all happening in DC. Thanks again. Katie, you want to take us out?
Sure. Thank you so much. That was great. That was great. I'm going to try to be there on the 19th for sure off of U Street to come and see that event at the African American Civil War Museum. I hope that everyone has a great day. Thank you so much to Reggie Harris for hosting today. And thank you for everyone who came into the Zoom room today, and to all of you guys who streamed in on Facebook Live. Thank you so much. Come back tomorrow. You know we'll be singing here again, and we'd love to sing along with you. So goodbye, Facebook Live.